Teaching and explaining is hard. There's a reason your high school teachers had to do a 4-year degree and still seemed like maybe some of them should have done a few years more. Right now, we're going to condense that 4-year degree into just about 5 minutes, and we're going to teach you how to explain new or difficult concepts, or in other words, informative speaking. We're going to cover the 3 goals of informative speaking, then run through a 4-step process that works for any concept or topic. So, what are the goals of informative speaking? Well, put simply, they're to convey accurate knowledge with clarity while being interesting. Sounds kind of like what we're doing. Let's go into a 4-step method that's actually used by notable psychologist Dr. Daniel Gilbert. Meet the audience where they are, create curiosity, bring in main concepts one by one, use metaphors and examples. Whenever we begin to explain an idea, it's important that we start exactly where your audience is. Whether you be talking about political theory or a new software or technology, you have to go in with the frame of mind that your starting point for introducing the ideas has to be on the same level of knowledge as your audience. If we're talking about developments in artificial intelligence to the average audience, you can't start at the highest level of developing research in the field. You might want to introduce them by talking about how your audience makes choices in their daily lives to build a foundation for computer intelligence as a parallel to the artificial intelligence that you'll be explaining later on. Next, you want to create some curiosity. This plays into being interesting, the goal that we said earlier, and it engages our audience. We do this by creating a knowledge gap. This means telling them a statistic or idea that on face value doesn't quite make sense, but it requires information that you're about to tell them to close that knowledge gap. In our artificial intelligence example, it may involve introducing the ideas that sometimes computers can show stronger biases on resumes than manual readers, and now they're going to have to listen to your speech to find out why. Our 3rd step is simply bringing in new ideas and concepts one by one, using the previous one to build off of the next one, keeping in mind the knowledge that your audience starts with, and then only progressing in complexity once you've explained any prior knowledge that would be necessary to understand the new information. And our final step is using metaphors and examples. This step is so powerful because it allows you to use the knowledge and imagery that your audience already has to explain new concepts and ideas. You could draw similarities to how your previous experiences can contribute to subconscious bias, just as subtle trends in data that is used to program AI can have unintended consequences, like AI preferring male resumes over female ones. So to reiterate, when explaining new ideas, make sure that you keep your audience's level of knowledge at the forefront of your mind. Meet them where they are and build off of concepts by using examples and connections to their existing knowledge. Hey, looks like we stayed under 5 minutes.